1980s home decor ideas are suddenly trending again. If you were born before the 1980s, chances are you'll look back at this bold era through neon-tinted glasses. The unmistakable 80s aesthetic was big, bright, and brash, qualities that were reflected in the decade's distinctive home decor. From chintzy florals to sleek Miami Vice-style living rooms, this tour will take you on a nostalgic stroll down memory lane. There are, of course, certain ideas best left in the past. Yet much of the 1980s country style is actually more timeless than you'd think. After all, the country aesthetic may have strong trending moments, modern farmhouse being a case in point, but it will forever be rooted in warmth and practicality, which will always be in style. Given that trends tend to resurface on a 40-year cycle, it makes sense that 1980s nostalgia is at an all-time high, which is why we're suddenly seeing all sorts of 80s-era design elements working their way into the world of interiors. Homeowners of that decade embraced coordinating prints across their upholstery and soft furnishings, often in busy patterns and loud floral motifs. Welcome to the rooster revival. Ducks, geese, swans, and, yes, roosters are feathering the nests of the next generation from coast to coast. Honestly, I love that the rooster is coming back. Oh my God, my husband would never go in the kitchen. To turn this look into a cockadoodle-doo instead of a cockadoodle-don't, I recommend either owning it and going full-on kitsch or sticking to more timeless antiques featuring the iconic silhouettes, rooster weather vanes, hen on their nest dishware, or concrete garden swan figurines. And remember, if roosters are right now, sunflowers can't be far behind. Although we've been overdue for a fussy window treatment moment. You could say the ruffled pillow and skirted sofa trends of recent years paved the way for more over-the-top textiles framing the windows, which is why you'll likely be seeing more ruffled edges and voluminous balloon shades in the very near future, as well as inventive and whimsical takes on the traditional valance. The 80s were all about maximalism, after all. First popular during the early decades of the 20th century, wicker furniture made a big comeback in the 1980s. While rattan is the palm plant used for making baskets and furniture, wicker refers to the method of weaving it. They were a nice, natural antidote to some of the decade's slicker trends. Just as brick floors are seeing a resurgence, companies are also bringing back this material in tiles of varying shapes and sizes, square, medallion, hex, rectangle, in smooth and rustic finishes. It's an especially popular choice for adding warmth to kitchens and mudrooms. A common sight in 1980s and 1990s bedrooms, these fabric panels, also known as adust ruffles or valance sheets, were typically placed under the mattress and draped over the end and sides of the bed to hide unsightly box springs or bed frames while also preventing dust buildup below the bed. In the past few decades, however, bed skirts fell out of favor, with homeowners opting for full decorative bed frames that eliminated the need for the skirting, at least aesthetically speaking. But recently, given the rise of the cottagecore aesthetic and the enduring appeal of English country interiors, bed skirts have resurfaced as an easy way to add feminine to a space. Just think of it as a sink skirt for your sleeping quarters. I don't run a store, but I curate my favorite 1980s-inspired home decor pieces on Amazon, from retro colors to vintage vibes that feel straight out of the 80s. Check out my Amazon picks, just follow the links down below. In a similar vein, dried flowers and foliage became popular and could be found everywhere, from a neat wreath on the front door to large bunches dangling from the kitchen ceiling. The only viable alternative to chintz, faded pastel patterns like this one adorned everything from soft furnishings to shell suit jackets. These gentle, muted tones acted as a soothing counterbalance to the aggressive neon colors and sharp 80s deco prints that were so popular outside the home. Pine tongue and groove paneling were on walls everywhere during the 80s, paying homage to the cabin trend that exploded in the US during that decade and soon spread around the world. The natural tones created a warm, rustic vibe, perfect for a family meal around this breakfast bar, another 80s staple. Mirrors were a hallmark of the 80s, and the bigger the better. Ceilings, walls, cabinets, there wasn't a surface left untouched. Remember the floor-to-ceiling mirrored wardrobes with sliding panels? They were super beneficial as they created the illusion of a brighter, larger room while offering plenty of storage space too. Glass blocks were so chic. Think back to glamorous 1980s TV shows like Miami Vice and Dallas, which had room sets filled with them. The decorative building material had form and function. Glass block walls were used as permeable room dividers that allowed in plenty of natural light. They were particularly popular in bathrooms. No modern home was complete without a run of vertical blinds mounted in front of the patio doors. Made from durable vinyl and connected with plastic beads. Paired with curvaceous rattan furniture and palm prints, the look was positively tropical. Decorative brickwork was a fashionable feature on walls, fire surrounds, and kitchen breakfast bars everywhere. But rather than authentically exposed bricks, budget-friendly faux blocks, sometimes made from polyurethane, were glued onto surfaces instead. Our love of smooth finishes and minimalism soon made this look obsolete. Wallpaper trends in the 80s were all about the decorative border, which added yet another layer to the era's typically busy scheme. Plus, what a genius way of covering up any wallpaper mistakes. Don't banish this old-fashioned embellishment away in a time capsule just yet. Wallpaper borders are back in a big way, with brands reimagining these 80s staples for the modern decorator.